Karen, and I thought I would review this. It is the Stila, let me get the title right, Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow. I found these in Marks and Spencer's and was delighted to see them because I nearly didn't go. It was a long way away and I was thinking, will I go and have a look at the Stila makeup? And I didn't know there was anything new out. I'm so glad I did because I would have kicked myself had I not. There were only 4 colours in my Marks and Spencer's, and I'll talk about the colours later, but I can see online there's a lot more colours than were out there. But I did swatch all 4 colours and can tell you a couple of things about the colours. The colour that I've got at the moment is called Kitten Karma, and it's the one that is on my eyelids, and it's also the one I did my Valentine's tutorial using. So I will give you prices, I'll tell you what their claims are, tell you what I think of the eyeshadow, how it works, and how I think to best get the use out of it. So it says that it is a long wearing sparkle eyeshadow that combines the perfect mix of pearl and glitter to lavish eyes with luster and shimmer. It says it's lightweight, water infused, it glides on effortlessly and then dries down smoothly, locking in maximum sparkle with minimum fallout for eyes with a real wow factor. So let's go through that. It says long wearing sparkle eyeshadow. Some of it stayed on my eyes, and so some of it was long wearing. I put this on yesterday, so I bought it in the morning. I put some on top of my eyeshadow when I came back, and by the end of the day there was still some on my eyes, but not as much as I put on. So yes, it's long wearing in some respects. Lightweight, yes, it feels lovely going on. That's something I would say. It feels really, really nice. Very, very cooling. I'll give you a swatch in case you haven't seen that's one swatch. If I go over it again, oh, it's just so beautiful. So, so beautiful. So that's one swatch of it. And this is the Kitten Karma one. So it feels lovely going on. It actually feels very, very cooling on the eyes, which at first I worried that I would be allergic. Now, if I was allergic to any kind of glitter, which I am often allergic to, it would immediately feel itchy. My eyes would immediately notice it. And the kind of second stage allergies, if you like, would be after sort of half an hour or so, my eyes would start feeling a bit stingy or irritated. That didn't happen with this, so I think that's one thing that's really, really interesting about this. Because to give you an example, there are a lot of Natasha Denona eyeshadows that I can't wear because they really irritate my eyes. I tried, there was something else very similar to this by Josie Moran. Do you remember those little watercolour eyeshadows? I tried those and I was completely allergic to them, and I thought they were beautiful. But this one, not allergic at all, so who knows what the ingredient is, but happy with that. Water infused texture, glitter and glow, glides on effortlessly. Yeah, it does. It's really easy to apply. This is much easier than putting a primer on and trying to put pigment on. And you guys know I love a pigment, but it is messy and it is difficult a lot of the time to get it to stick to your eye. I've got a lot of pigments, and whether they are Makeup Geek or MAC, they're still sometimes very hard with certain colours to get them to stick to your eyes. And I think it's really hard to get a nice glittery eye without there being patches, you know, where it doesn't stick properly. So it does go on effortlessly. Dries down smoothly. Well, I don't know whether it is smooth or not. Yes, it does feel smooth. I'm not really sure what that means. Whether I might have been doing the wrong thing there, checking to see if it feels smooth. But yeah, it's not like, it doesn't feel crumbly or glittery. It doesn't feel glittery. Dries down smoothly, locking in maximum sparkle with minimal fallout. With eyes for a real wow factor. I agree with the wow factor, but minimal fallout I disagree with for me. And I suspect it may be something to do with my hooded eyes, because if you see when I'm not sort of making expressions and talking, my eyes are hooded. So if I really relax them, you can see that my lid touches the crease of my eye, and I think that because of the movement of my eyes and the fact that the eyeshadow is up on the crease means that as I'm moving, some of it is falling out, and so I have got it all over my face. Let me show you close up. Hopefully it will show up close up. I've got it down here, it's all down here, and it's all sort of under my eye here. It's not terrible, it's absolutely not terrible at the moment, but there's definitely fallout. Currently I've had this eyeshadow on for less than half an hour, and so that's the fallout after, in the process of doing the eyeshadow and afterwards. Yesterday when I wore it, the fallout was ridiculous after probably 2 or 3 hours, it does slowly fall out more. Like I said, not all of the eyeshadow stays on your eyes, and I think just by blinking your eyes it sort of falls down. But I do think that, like I said, some of that is to do with my having hooded eyes, and I think if you have got younger eyes or non-hooded eyes, then I think if you use this, just put it on your lid. It does tell you to put it all along the lash line and in the centre of the lid. And if you avoid going into the crease, I think it would prevent a lot of fallout, because like I said, I think it is my eyes moving into the crease and they're sort of rubbing together and sort of crumbling. I couldn't not put it in my crease, because if I put it on my lid, it was transferring to my crease just by the nature of my eyes. But I do think if you've, like I said, if you've got younger or non-hooded eyes and you just put it on your lid, I think there will be a lot less fallout. The other thing I would suggest is to use something like the Too Faced glitter glue if you have it, or any kind of glitter glue. It doesn't tell you to use a base at all. It does just say it doesn't say to even put it on top of eyeshadow. It just says put it along your lash line. But I used it yesterday with no primer, just on top of my eyeshadow. But this morning I put eyeshadow on, then I put a little bit of the 24-hour eye primer by Smashbox. So that hasn't actually made an awful lot of difference, but I don't have any glitter glue to try out. I think that's something else that would really help, even though it technically doesn't need it. So yeah, locking in maximum sparkle, yes, but with minimal fallout, no. So there are 10 shades available, and I'll go through them and tell you what I've seen and what I haven't. So the first one is a purple shade that looks absolutely beautiful. The second one, where is the names of these? Goodness me. A bit of the sneezes there, which may be a kind of a twinkle sneezes. It's probably because a bit of glitter's gone up my nose. I can see there's glitter on my face. But I also was laughing as I was sneezing, so I was thinking there's probably glitter going everywhere with the force of me sneezing, you know. Okay, colours. So I was going to look through the colours from the pictures, but they don't seem to have labelled them, which is a bit odd. But anyway, I'm going to go through the description. So there's Rose Gold Retro, and it said Rose Gold with a silver sparkle. I bet that would be gorgeous. I haven't seen that one. That one wasn't in Marks and Spencer's. Second one is Kitten Karma, which is this. Smouldering Satin, which is a deep tan with silver sparkle. I'd love to try that one as well. Diamond Dust, a sheer silver with multicoloured sparkle. I tried that one in Marks and Spencer's. I tried all 4 as a swatch, and I have to say I wouldn't recommend that Diamond Dust one. It does say sheer silver with multicoloured sparkles, but it was one where when I did a swatch, you can see how that is very opaque. It wasn't at all. You could see through to my skin, and you would need quite a few layers of that. That would be better if you want the colour of your eyeshadow to show through and you just want a kind of glittery top coat as opposed to the actual colour like this. So what was that? Diamond Dust. Gold Goddess, and that was exactly the same, and I suppose again it says sheer antique gold with silver sparkles. So when swatching that, exactly the same as the Diamond Dust, it was, you could see through it. There's another one I'm noticing at the bottom called Ballet Baby, sheer baby pink with silver sparkle. I didn't see that one, but I would imagine that's the same, because there's only those 3 that are called sheer. Diamond Dust, sheer silver. Gold Goddess, sheer gold. Ballet Baby, sheer pink. So try and remember the ones that have got sheer. This is for you guys that are buying online and might not be able to get to a store to get swatches, because I know how frustrating that can be if you don't have Stila anywhere near you. Try to remember that the ones that say sheer in their description on the website, on the Stila website, will be very, very sheer and won't be opaque at all like this one. Next is Smokey Storm. It says a light pewter with silver sparkles. I didn't see that one. I suspect that one would be lovely. That's something else I'd love to see, but it might be a bit cool for me. Molten Midnight, that's the other one that I swatched. So I swatched Diamond Dust, Gold Goddess, Kitten, and then Molten Midnight, which was black with silvery gold sparkle. Absolutely beautiful, really beautiful. And I was sort of torn between this and the other one. I love the colour Kitten in the Stila range. And I was tempted to get that black one, but it is very, very dark. And I thought, I very rarely wear an eyeshadow that dark, but it is absolutely beautiful. That Molten Midnight one I'd highly recommend. Bronzed Belle, bronze with silver and copper sparkle. That wasn't there, would love to see it. And then Violet Vixen is the purple one I talked about. Violet with violet and blue sparkle. So out of the ones I saw, I would recommend the Kitten one, and I would recommend the Smokey Storm. So that's everything in colours, and that is all of their claims. They do give you, in their tips, it says apply one coat directly along the lash line and centre of the lid. Use your finger or a firm brush in a tapping motion to blend the edges and set. Wear alone or over eyeshadow. That's pretty much all it says. They are £23 each. Like I said, the Marks and Spencer's only have 4 colours in store. Let's see if they've got more online. And you get 4.5ml in a tube. I think that's not too bad a price actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's actually 8 colours on Marks and Spencer's online, but you can also get them on Cult Beauty. So I'll probably link them on Cult Beauty, and they've only got 8 of the colours. It looks like the 2 of the colours, which I think is the Ballet Pink and can't remember what the other new colour was. Let's see, details. Ballet Pink and the Violet, the purple one, are both new colours, so we don't seem to have those in the UK, but you can get them from probably Sephora and certainly from the Stila website. I had a look at the ingredients, and there's nothing that concerns me in there, but I do have to say that I have not yet identified which ingredient makes my eyes irritated. So I know that this doesn't irritate my eyes, but honestly I spent ages. I did a spreadsheet. I detailed every ingredient in all of my eye primers and everything, and that was when I was going through that watery eye period. Do you remember I'd have watery eyes all the time? I don't know why, but I've not had it for quite some time now. I've had it in the winter, I've had it in the summer, but I've not had it for quite some time now. Touch wood, it doesn't come back. And I also had stinging eyes, itchy eyes, and I tried to figure it out and I just couldn't. There seemed to be different ingredients in everything, and sometimes there would be one ingredient in something and I'd be allergic to it, and in another I wouldn't. It just, so I can't say what ingredients you may or may not be allergic to, so just be aware of that, I suppose, if you've got sensitive eyes. But there's no parabens, there is no alcohol, there's no fragrance from what I can see. I think that's everything there is to tell you about it. It is a stunning eyeshadow, really stunning, but what I was going to say, that I don't know that it is necessarily the best eyeshadow for us with mature and or hooded eyes, and that's not because, you guys know me, I'm not somebody that wants to wear all matte simply because I'm over 40. I never will. I still think you can wear sparkle at any age, and it's nothing to do with the sparkle, it's more to do with the fallout. I think that the nature of hooded eyes is just going to cause more fallout, and maybe that won't bother some of you. I mean, like, I'm looking in the mirror and I think, well, it just looks like I've put some highlighter on my face as well, you know, some sort of sparkle on my face. So I don't think it's necessarily a big deal, but after a few hours, I'll try and take pictures. Once I've finished this, I'm not going to take my makeup off or anything. And so I'll see if I can take pictures of the fallout by the end of the day. If you don't see any pictures, it's because it didn't show up in pictures, because I did try to take some yesterday, and if it shows up, I'll put the pictures in. But if it's just for a special event, then you may not mind, you know, going to an evening event, especially if there's going to be dark mood lighting and disco lights and whatnot, then it really won't matter. If you have tried this, bought it and used it, then please let us know what you think of it. If you agree with the things I've said, or if you've had a different experience, that's really useful to everybody reading. I will list everything that I've got on my face, and I'll link to the tutorial that I've done for this face and eye look, and I will speak to you again soon.